All right, we are live on TikTok. Got the MineLab Manticore at a school, which I have detected before. Just a couple of little spots right over here by the entrance, or one of the entrances. I found a 36 Wheatie, which I was really surprised. And let me activate this other app I have. And let me activate this other app I have. Let's see. Welcome to all the guests. There we go. All right. Welcome to Jared, Logan, Jeep Guy, James. So I'm running the MineLab Manticore with the M8 coil. Let me go through some settings. I'll leave the volume at 24. All terrain general. I'm do a noise cancel. You're waiting for that number to duplicate twice. So like 6. Do a ground balance. So like 9. We're in recovery speed 4. I'm going to go to 5. So I'm not looking for super deep targets. All metal. Ferrous volume should be 1. Targets 5 region all tone. Audio theme is normal. Run a multi IQ. All right. If you guys could like and share the live, that would be great. My glove on. I'm here in Utah. There we go. All right. Let's get a target. Oops. Let's go back to so I can see the. Yeah, I have a dime right off the bat. Always try to be respectful of parks and schools. So I like to use my Garrett razor to dig a plug because it digs a nice plug. You want to dig it like a horseshoe, so that way it's intact to the root system and will not kill, normally does not kill the grass. So it's in the plug, come up to 83, now it's sounding more like a quarter. Right there. Turn this up a little bit. Am I ready? What is that? A piece of aluminum or maybe silver. There's no way silver is gonna. That can't be this. That cannot be the signal. There it is. It is a dime. Let's see. Get a year off of it. I was gonna say aluminum. There's no way that's the target. They give me one of those little magnifying glasses so I can see these years. I think it's like a 2000 and something. Not very old, but we will take it. You can see right here. Let me pop this off. Where it sat. Whoop, turn that off. Where it sat, right there, has an indentation of the dime right there. Hey guys, gals, welcome to the live. And again, as long as you dig your plug kind of like a horseshoe, it'll go right back in. I like to seal up the edges so no air gets in there. And that way, it does not kill the grass. Another good signal right there. Yeah, it's actually really scratchy now. It's all over the. Look at how it's painted on my 2D screen. And I should be able to hear comments. I have a new app that does text to speech. That one's all over the board. It's coming in like a nickel right there, but then paints up into the. There might be a couple of signals there as well. Come on. That's what I want. 3 shovels down, so about 4 to 6 inches. Not to go too deep. Somebody can do a comment so I can see if my earpiece is working. Flip that over. Whoops. It's in there. Let's see. That target's everywhere. Earpiece. What the hell? This guy's coming over here saying he's going to do something. Like scratching his head and scratching his head and okay, it's on the left. All right, earpiece working. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. This is like a really weird signal. Deep. Oh, there's something metal. No, it's a root. Yeah, I'm gonna retest the hole before I dig something to. Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. As I say, I was gonna say it's something iron, but it's coming up in the 20s and 30s or high 20s. It is hitting 30 every once in a while. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one. Part of their water system. Well, I don't know. It's kind of a really weird signal. Yeah, I appreciate the follow. Thank you. Real low tone, but it's real grunty. And it's right next to a 90. Raise it. Yeah, it's ramp is a 1, which could be gold, but normally it's aluminum. But it's worth checking out. Well, it's not on the surface, then. Interesting. I turned 90, now I'm getting a 68. Not very deep. At least that's what it says. There's something hard underneath there. I wonder what that is. I don't think it's a root. Maybe it is. Huh. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone. I think it's a pipe or something. Especially when it comes in that big 98. So we got 92. That dropped to 35 when I turn on 90. See if we can pinpoint it. Hey, thanks for the like. I appreciate it. I was actually going over to a different area to detect. It was out of the mountain, American Fort Canyon, and I noticed on one of these historical maps I was looking at, it showed railroad tracks. I know there's a park next door. There is a field, and looks like there used to be a railroad that came out of American Fort Canyon. So after doing some research, um, I think it's called Jacob City. I think it's Jacob City. Anyways, they'd bring the ore down, and they had several different spots, and one of them was here in Highland, Utah. And this is where they would drop off the ore to send to the mill or whatever. Let's try to pinpoint this. But there was just a ton of, so it's going to be under this root. There was just a ton of weeds, and so I'm like, I'm not in a real hurry to dig it, and so I decided to hit the spot again. Let's see if we got underneath. But yeah, had some pretty cool history when I was researching. Okay, got it in my hand. There it is. Let's see if it's another weedy. Nope, memorial. It's in good condition, which means it's probably an older one. The newer ones are just garbage when they come out. Yeah, 1979. Boom. Again, I found a 36. I think it was a 36. Weedy, just literally right there by that tree. And there's definitely more coins there because I walked away that night because I dug a few. That was the oldest one. But you've heard me probably say that when you're finding the old that was the oldest one. But you've heard me probably say that when you're finding the old wheat pennies, it's a good indicator that there could be old silver because they're all about the same time period. That was 90 tons. Probably made another memorial. Let's see. Looks like there's a couple of signals there. Turn down the volume so folks are walking by. Let's see so I can pinpoint. I got a weedy last night at this permission house, and I haven't cleaned it. I thought it was a 1919, but it also looks kind of like a 1949. I just need to clean it. There we go. Again, thanks for everybody for being on the live tonight. Got all these roots. Big old root there. Let's see if we can get it out. Good sign. Older roots. Pinpoint it. Goes directly under the root. Let's see if we can. Oops. Sounds like we're. So it's on the left side. We don't got it yet. Well, or do we? Yep. Oh, we got a quarter. We have a quarter. It is. Or is it a new one? No, it's a Washington. Let's see. Let's see if we get an age on this one. Oops. I found a bunch around the corner. Another trip over here. They were early 70s, mid 70s. I pulled quite a few out. This is a 1996. 1996. There we go. Hiding under that root. That root was a good, I'd say probably a good inch in diameter. And that's why I like this this Garrett razor shovel, because I can normally it'll cut through a good, and I'm a die-hard MineLab fan, but as far as the digging tool, I love the Garrett razor, and then the pinpointer, the Garrett Carrot. So again, thanks everybody for being on the live. If you guys don't mind sharing it and liking the channel, another good signal. These are all high tones, which is nice. You see it painted on the screen. When I turn 90, you want it to stay those numbers, but it drops. Okay, pinpoint. When I hit pinpoint, I let it set for a second before I move it, and it seems to be more active. I was expecting a root there, but there wasn't. Felt something hard there. So now it's in the 70s, possibly a dime. Oh, is it right there? No. Let's turn my camera so you guys can see the action. So what I saw when I first pulled it out was the actual. Yep, it is out. It was the plug that it was in, or not the plug, but just the dirt that's been sitting next to. Out. It was the plug that it was in, or not the plug, but just the dirt that's been sitting next to. There we go, a dime. Let's see what we got. We know it's not silver because it's not that shiny. It is 19. So I can get a little sun on it, I can see. I can't tell. Is that 1965 or 85? The 65 would be really cool because they stopped making silver in 64. That would mean finding a what do you call it? A weedy, and then a 65 dime. There definitely could be silver here. And I'll try to get a few more tones. I do have my 11-inch coil, This goes down about 25% more. And that's where I would come back in and start really gritting a lot more. You know, sometimes really nice targets right next to the tree, but again, with so many roots, sometimes it's hard to retrieve without making a big mess. It's there, but I don't want to dig an 8-inch thing right next to a tree. Another great signal. Come on. Let's see. Pinpoint it a little bit more. It's going to be a penny. Well, a lot of times when it hits that 80 and drops to 50, ends up being a nail. The place I was at last night, oh my goodness, so many roofy nails. But I did pull that 1919 or 49 after I cleaned it up. No, it sounded like maybe another quarter. Definitely either a dime or a quarter. Can put it a little bit better. This is right here on the side. Put it a little bit better. This is right here on the side. Now, I must think it's out. I think I dropped it. Let's see. Yeah. Here's another dime. The day I was just hitting quarter after quarter after quarter. I'll just plug it real quick and then we'll look at the year. Yeah, I'm gonna get me one of those little jeweler's loop or whatever that is to so I can see these years a little bit better. Sorry, let me turn this. Let's see, 1979. You guys correct me if you can see it better. To me, it looks like 1979. Hey, thanks to everyone who's joining in on the live tonight. Let's fill this back in. Yeah, a lot of high tones. And I'm just running in general all-terrain using the MineLab. They call it the Beast, the Manticore. $40. 36. Jumpy. I was all over the board. Some of the pendants I've dug, though, have been, the VDI numbers have been all over the board as well. I think it's just because there's different materials. Maybe you have pewter, you have silver, you have steel for the loop, you have these different stuff. Let's try and grab that 49 signal again. You see all the writing on the screen right there, just a ton of targets. Hey, thanks for the gifts. I appreciate it. Let's keep moving. It's in pull tab territory, but have pulled some cool pendants too. Come on. Come on. Over there. There we go, right there. I mean, that's normally when I get a good 27, 28 signal, it is a nickel. If it jumps to 30, it ends up being a pole cap. This is a 28, 29. So a little bit higher. Now it's doing 30, 31. So I'm going to say it's going to be aluminum. What do you guys think? It wasn't very deep. In my hand. It is. Can't tell if that's right. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. So this is a different one. Well, maybe it is just aluminum. It was just the color looked a little bit different. I'm going to just set that in the other bag just so I can clean it and investigate it a little bit more. Just think, I don't know how old this school is, but it's probably a good 30 years old. Well, older than that. I know the school behind it, there's another school, and that one is decommissioned, so it's still part of the school district. Um, but just think, 40 years, 50 years, kids, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds every single day, sitting here waiting for their parents to pick them up. This was a solid 31. And we turned 90 to verify the VDI. It's just ticking. Now there is another signal off to the side. Sounds really good too. If I was out in the field, I would dig me a huge plug, grab them both at the same time. I try to stay away from digging two plugs next to each other, because again, I do not want to be the guy who gets somebody or the hobby banned. I think it's on the side of the plug now. Now it's saying 24, but it's right on the horizontal line. It means it could be a good target. I barely grabbed it, looks like. Oh, there we go, number 2 pencil. So after I grab, so that was a 24, 25. So if I dig another 24, 25, I'll know not to dig those. Because if you're in the school, you're definitely going to find those. So I've got plug. There should still be that other. Oh, you know what? So that was just one target. It was just bleeding over, probably just the overall length of it is why. Let me turn this over. So if you guys detect, what detector do you like? Yeah, we got an odd dude over here. He's hit himself in the head. He's with his face in the sprinklers. So we'll keep an eyeball out on him. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. Yeah, you never know. This is not deep at all. Probably just a penny. This one I might not have to use my shovel. Let's see. Right there. There it is. Probably, yeah, you can see the lines of the memorial. And I think, yeah, and these newer ones just get real crusty, real crusty. I think the memorials were, was that 1958, I think? 1958 through 2008. There's a 52. That's almost like a surface find also. Let's see. Right about there. Sometimes iron can be a little tricky too because it'll show that it's right on the surface, but it could be deeper just because of the way it lane or something. All right. So it is in the plug, which is good. Whoops. All right, let's pinpoint it. Must be pretty good size. All right, we got it. Was that a pull tab? Well, that rang up super high for a pull tab. Was that a pull tab? Well, that rang up super high for a pull tab. Normally, you'd expect that in the single digits all the way up to about 30. It's wild too because even last night I was pulling these roofing nails, and every one sounded like a wheat penny. And so you never know where they brought the dirt in from, mineralization. All right. Yeah, and again, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing and commenting and liking and all that kind of stuff, helps with the whole algorithm, I guess. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks, Karen. We have another good target, right? I say good, but I see a lot of memorials come up right about 80 also. Let's dig that one. What do you guys think? Is it going to be a dime or is it going to be a memorial? Still down there. 83, 97. Let's see. Look right on it. Yep, a quarter. I'm going to put this plug back in. There we go. And then we will see what age this is. 1984. Still, I mean, that's, what's that? 84? Like 40 years old? More coins right there. See if we can pick some jewelry out of here. Oops. There's a another coin, but we'll grab it. Yeah, right around the corner, about a week or so back, I was just pulling quarter after quarter after quarter out. And it's always nice, but you get bored of digging the same signal over. That's on the sidewall there. Yeah, it was, no, it's down there. Something, I don't know what that is. Is it a rock or what? It's like leading right on there. I wonder if it's behind that rock. A big old rock. It's deep. That moved it. Okay. Rocks. In the hand. It's a nail. Squirrely little nail. Look at that. That's what nail. Squirrely little nail. Look at that. That's what kept bouncing all the way up to the high tone or the high signal. I'm going to check it one more time because I have iron pretty much discriminated out. Yeah, that was it. Turn that one down. Turn that one down. Be getting closer to the sidewalk, get more targets. Let's see. Oh, 70s, 60s, 50s. thing about the Manticore, this thing is a beast when it comes to target separation. I run it normally pretty wide open. If you're just looking for specifically just one target like coins or jewelry or whatnot, you can discriminate everything out and really just hone in on that one, that one signal. There we go. Let's see. Oh, wasn't very deep. I just dropped it. Our memorial. Let's see. I cannot tell. And that could be why those memorials break down, so you get a kind of a larger signal, almost like there's two targets there. And that's what I would expect too. The closer I get to the road, the newer the targets. So I'm sure I'm not the only or the first person ever to detect here. Trying to get some other types of tones, maybe some 40s or another coin probably. That'll be a coin also. Real grunty 3 and 4. If it had a higher tone, I would dig it. So that's what I'm kind of looking for, kind of 40s. See if it keeps its numbers. It is jumping up in the 90s. That could just be because the overall size of the target. It's a pretty good 41, 42. Let's see if we pinpoint it. About 6 inches down. I think it's in the plug. Wasn't as crisp as a sound as I thought it should be. I think we got it out. Now let's see what it is. Is it that? So it is a I don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure it's aluminum. Yeah, it's not magnetic. I'm not sure. We'll clean that one up though. So we can get on to some good targets. So it's dropping in that 25. It makes me think it's another one of those pencils, ends of the number 2 pencil. I forgot which coil I was using when I was here last time. It's only going to be the tapping. That's where I'm just kind of feeding the detector as much data as I can, so that way it can do target separation. So it's in there. That's that noise back and forth. And the only reason I'm digging a penny signal is because I have detected a wheat penny here before, and I think it was in about a 60 VDI tone. This is right. All that already? No. Well, we had the target, we lost it. Fall out. There we go. Okay. Sorry, got my thing all messed up. It's in my hand. Okay. Yeah, just I'm pretty sure that's memorial. Might even be a shield. You see how it looks really more shiny on this side. And it wasn't very deep, which again, I think that other wheat I found here, I think it was only maybe 6 inches down. Let me tighten this coil. It keeps turning on me. There we go. Another more modern penny, probably. Do you hear the beeping from the detector? Is this the beeping you're referring to? I do have a new headphone where I can hear text to speech, so I can hear or it'll read me the comments. That's something else. Maybe we're getting feedback from this earpiece. Yeah, good signal. Well, maybe the $14. I might have to upgrade and get some better earpiece in. I just got these on Amazon, so it could be just maybe just cheap earphones. And I have this app that it links to my TikTok. Probably a dime, maybe a quarter. Actually, it could be a memorial to 80. That's right there. It is a dime. Let's see. Can't make out the year. Let's see. 1994. Good solid signal though. Yeah, that tapping could be You know what I'll do is let me do this. Let me do this. I'm going to take this out of my ear now. Let me see how to turn this off. Can you hear the tapping sound still? I think there was two people that heard the tapping sound. So I'm just curious if it was those cheap Amazon headset I bought or earpiece. No, good now. Okay, well, those will be being shipped back to Amazon then. So the problem I have is because I'm trying to listen to the detector, and TikTok does not have a way to notify you or basically text to speech. So I have to look down at the phone while I'm also trying to look at the detector. That's why I got this app that does it. But obviously the earpiece has that tapping sound, so it's kind of odd. So, all right. Well, I go live sometimes multiple times a day. So. All right, well, I go live sometimes multiple times a day. I've just been super busy with family stuff this week, but I'm gonna head home, make something cold to drink, and then do a recap of all my finds this week. That's always fun. So if you guys are around, I'll be going live here probably in about 45 minutes or so. So, and you know what? We'll do this last one real quick. It's a 3, 4, 5. Thanks, Kate. Not super deep, so we'll just do a shallow plug. Maybe we'll get gold. I got a cool little brass ring last night. And this is on a private permission at a house, and I just didn't want to go live there. Well, whatever it is, it's small. Really small, if the pinpointer's not picking up. Okay, there it is. Nope. It's off to the side. Come on, be a little chunky piece of gold. Nope, it is aluminum. That'll go in the trash pile. All right, I'm going to sign off, guys, but I will be going live in, like I said, 30 to 45 minutes, and I'll be going over all of the finds, I think since like Monday or Tuesday, something like that. So we'll talk to everybody soon, and please subscribe to the channel.